Well, welcome back live. We continue Pittsburgh CW. Bob Pompiani and Ron Cook at your service tonight. Again, the number, you see it on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. Call it, as Rob in the Hill District has done. Hello, Rob. What's up?
Hey, Bob. Hey, listen, right? I usually go take my son to about 20 games a year for the Pirates. I ain't been to a game this year because I'm so sick of Bob Nutty, man. I mean, we had 98 wins one year, man. And the next year, everybody came back, and we only had to make like one or two little tweaks, man. And he didn't do it, man. Now we done regress, man. I refuse to go to a game with my son and pay $4.50 for a bottle of water and spend my money, man, like that.
Well, I mean, we've had
a lot of other people felt that way too because their attendance is down.
It's down by
like
4,500 a game, yeah. So, but they have some guys who are, looking to be pretty good as young players, and the big thing will be on the July 31st trade deadline. Ron, what do you do with Andrew McCutchen now? He had 3 more hits tonight. He's approaching 300, which is a significant drunk.
Where he was 200.
Where he was, yeah, almost at the
end of May.
Line. So
I still think there's a real good chance they trade him. Depends what you get for him. I have no problem trading him, but you got to get something back. You got to do better than John Neese for Neil Walker. I'm not giving him away. I still think they may trade him. I'm not looking to move Garrett Cole, though. Too soon for that.
Yeah, I agree. I'll say this about McCutchen. If he doesn't get dealt at the trade deadline, he will be dealt sometime in the offseason. I got to believe that. The Pirates, I don't think, have any interest in giving him the kind of money that he's going to need in free agency. And I don't think there'll be any discounts here, Ron. I'm talking about $20 million plus. Do you see that ever happening?
I do not.
So I agree. At some point, that's going to change, and they will move him. It's just a question of when and how much they get in return. Ken in Clearfield. What's up, Ken? How you doing?
Yeah, Bob. Doing tonight?
Good. Ron.
Ron, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I've been called worse than Gene. I can tell you that.
I was watching the show last night. Yeah, Gene was there. Okay. The Pirates, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like their chances just because the division is really weak. And Milwaukee, they are going to go on a tailspin here. They're going to play the Yankees in New York the next 3 days.
Yeah, but the Yankees haven't played well of late.
That's true. That's true, but I think at home and coming close to the All-Star game, if Pittsburgh at least take 2 out of 3 off the Cubs, and then they play St. Louis after a four-game break.
And Milwaukee.
Yeah,
but they're still 6 games under 500. How do you take a team that's 6 games under 500 seriously? Now, I know 3 days ago they were 9 500. Can they get on a little roll? This is a big weekend, I think, before the All-Star break.
I'm surprised that Milwaukee has been this good. I'm also surprised, and I completely am shocked that the Chicago Cubs cannot put it together. Once again, their starting pitching has been awful. I'm wondering what they're going to do because now they're under 500 again, Ron, and they're 4.5 out of first place. And the only way you're going to get in the playoffs this year out of that division is to win the division. So
I still think they're the team to beat.
So
I don't think Milwaukee has staying power, and I don't think the Cubs can be this bad for this long.
I agree with you, but so far,
we've seen. Absolutely.
And it just continues.
Cardinals have been bad. The whole division stinks.
Yep. Mark in Greensburg is next up on the Sports Call. Hello, Mark.
Oh, hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I've been watching Garrett Cole since he came up. He's a tremendous pitcher, but as soon as he gives up a run or two, he seems like he gets all upset with himself and then does worse.
Why are you bringing this up now, though? Because he had a pretty good outing last night.
Yeah, and he also had a really bad umpire's call go against him, and he overcame it. He kept his composure. I agree with you. I mean, I've seen him melt down too many times on the mound. I thought last night he showed a little something. We'll see if it can continue.
This brought up the narrative about electronic strike zone again. Gene Collier last night said he doesn't want any replay at all. He would rather go back to having absolutely none as opposed to expanding to a strike zone. So what's your take on a strike zone?
Well, I would rather have none than a strike zone, but I like that replay system the way it is. I think you get the calls right the majority of the time, and I'm all in favor of that.
Mark Schwartz on Twitter, at KD Pomp, at Ron Cook PG, says, don't get drawn in, guys, by the Bucks' little win streak. If they would have won 2 or 3 from San Francisco, I might be on board. I'm not buying this. We will see.
I agree totally. Let's see a little more.
Yep.
They're still 6 games below 500.
Brad in Punxsutawney is on the line right now. Hey, Brad.
Hey, guys. How we doing tonight?
All right. What's up?
Hey, I was reading today online that it looks like Tocchet may end up in
Arizona.
Arizona, I'm sorry, as their next head coach. And the article discussed about how he really kind of was a tremendous buffer with, some of the stars and Sullivan and everything. And I'm just curious to see if he takes the job. Do you see any issues? I mean, it's hard to say.
I think that's a big loss.
I think it's a major loss. He's a whisperer for Kessel, so to speak. He's the one guy. Crosby doesn't need a buffer with the coach. Malkin doesn't need a buffer with the coach. Kessel is in kind of his own world, and Tocchet seemed to find the key for him. I think Rick would be a big loss. I think he's an outstanding hockey guy. Mike Sullivan trusts him implicitly. Both his coaches. He also is Jacques Martin. Those guys have a lot of say in what this team does, and that's why when you see Sullivan after a game, he never says I, me. It's always the coaching staff, and I think he values Tocchet tremendously. But if the guy gets a 4-year deal with guaranteed contract, go for it, man. I like Rick Tocchet. Personally, Bob, you and I both covered him back in the day when he played. I'm not sure he's not the toughest athlete I've ever been around. I believe he is. I remember him fighting with that broken jaw in '92.
Risking it all.
And Scotty Bowman said, "Are you out of your mind?" And he says, "I got to protect my guys." That's what he did. I hope he gets a job if that's what he wants. It'll be a big loss for the Penguins.
Yeah, and if he does, it's going to be money that he won't get as an assistant coach.
Right.
And, the other thing,
guaranteed.
Mike Sullivan right now has inherited these coaches. This is not his coaching staff, so this will be the first true hire he will bring on if Tocchet leaves. And I do like Rick a lot. I think he has a connection with these players. I think those players understood what kind of player he was.
They respect him as a player, absolutely.
And so that carries a lot of weight with those guys, and that's why you like to have him around.
Now, I think Sullivan did bring in this goaltender coach, though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about.
I mean, he got rid of Mike Bales, brought in the other guy.
That was almost
Buckley.
Had to happen because of Matt Murray, I think.
Right.
But the point is, he hasn't. Those guys he inherited, and so now.
But the only bad thing for Talk is it's such a bad situation.
They're terrible.
Arizona, the ownership is terrible. It's a bad situation. But if they give him 4 years guaranteed for multi-millions, it's hard to turn down. Rick's 53.
Yeah,
hard to turn down.
There's only 31 of these jobs, and if you could stash away.
And everybody's ego is
$1.5 million a year.
Everybody's ego is, hey, I don't care how bad it is, I'll make it work. Right? That's just natural.
It's a young team, but it's very inexperienced, and maybe aside from the Vegas Golden Knights, they're going to have the least opportunity to advance into a postseason. So he's got his work if he takes that job. We got to take a break. We have Jack, we have Eric, and we have Harry on the line. We'll get to those calls next right here live on Pittsburgh CW.